Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Former Teen Mom 2 star Kailyn Lowry posted a TikTok video explaining how she found out that one of the twins that she was pregnant with was going to be a girl. She initially made an announcement in part 2 of her video that they were both boys, or was it part 1? I don't remember. Sorry guys, I'm sick and stuffy. And that's why I didn't do the video on the reveal, but I will show it to you at the end of this video. So she initially thought that she was pregnant with twin boys. I just know that she was ready to have a meltdown over that, or maybe I am projecting because I would be. But alas, it turned out that it was one boy, one girl. So she's going to explain how she came to that initial conclusion and how she changed it and found out the truth, la vérité. Okay, let's go, you guys, and take a look.
This is a story time on why we did a gender reveal for twin boys initially and then had to redo the gender reveal. So when I first found out I was pregnant with twins, we did the NIPT non-invasive testing in the beginning. I want to say this is between like 9 and 10 weeks or 8 and 10 weeks, something like that. We went for the blood test and they said that if there's boys, then they would pick up an XY chromosome on the test. If they were two girls, then it wouldn't show, and so you would know both of them were girls. However, when you get the test back, if there are any chromosomes, if there are any XY, you assume that they're both boys. Well, I assumed they were both boys. So when we did the little gender reveal, we did the whole smoke bomb thing. Unfortunately, that was a complete Kailyn the chaos. Couldn't make this shit up. One of the smoke bombs didn't go off. But when I got the initial email, I opened it and it said boy, but it didn't say boys because obviously you don't account for the other twin. So this is a little lesson for anyone who is finding out that they're pregnant with twins. If they are fraternal and there is boy girl, only the boy chromosomes will show up in the test. So obviously we didn't know that right away, and now we know. And so when we got to I want to say it was in the teens, whatever, 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there, we went for a scan, an ultrasound, and they were able to confirm that one was actually a girl. And she didn't even really confirm then. She was like, it looks like it, but I can't 100% confirm. So it wasn't until later on they were like, okay, well, one might actually be a girl. And then obviously by the 20-week anatomy scan, they were like, okay, one is a girl. So that's why we didn't know. And the initial email and the smoke bomb and all of that, we thought that they were both boys. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was muted. But listen, it seems to me like she just wasn't listening. Girl, they said that you were pregnant with a boy at the very least, which is something that you knew would happen when you're pregnant with twins, that if there's a boy in there, even if the other one is not a boy necessarily, it could be a girl, they will just tell you that there's a presence of at least one boy. So when you see an email knowing that you're pregnant with twins, so multiple, and it says only boy, why would you not, even if you're confused, you forgot about this whole thing, ask question, why is it saying only boy? Is everything okay? What's going on? There's two babies in me, right? I don't know if she was just super excited about this whole thing and that's why she kind of let that fly over her head, or if it was because she was so excited about filming all this content and whatnot that that she decided, hey, even though I know that this is the case XYZ, not necessarily or whatever, I want to stretch out this announcement, and so I'm going to have this as a plot twist to go ahead with this whole Kailyn and the Chaos thing that I've been pushing for many, many years now. That is what I am most inclined to believe, to be quite honest with you guys, because I find it strange that knowing this, she would go and announce and like do this whole gender reveal before getting the scan or the, you know, the anatomy scan and the ultrasound and stuff like that. Why not at least wait for that to get proper confirmation and then announce, rather than like, you know, confusing your kids or whatever? I find that to be quite interesting, but I digress. I don't know, maybe I am kind of ahead of myself there. You guys let me know what you think about this, but either way, listen, good for Kail finally having a daughter. I don't know if she was born before the boy or not. I saw this comment that was rather cute that said, you know, if it's a girl and she was the second one, like, you know, maybe that's your lucky number 7. I think we all know already that the girl's going to have some kind of special treatment because Kail has been breeding her whole life for this. And she's finally here. But like, you know, now if she were the 7th as well, I do think that that is a nickname that Kail would run with. You know, she's still looking for names for these kids, because I know sometimes she gives birth before knowing what kind of name she wants. I think 7 would be a cute name for the girl, because there's that singer, songwriter who's really talented. Her name is Seven Streeter. And then I know that in some like Nordic countries as well, people have the name 7, but with like the Y instead of the second E. So that could be cool as well. I think it's a cool name, actually, to be honest with you guys. So I think that would be interesting for her to give as a baby name for baby number 7. I think typically I've seen 7 as a name for boys, but alas, listen, why not shake things up, throw them on their head, and use it as a name for your daughter? Huh? I'm just saying, it could be rather interesting. Now, at the beginning of this video, I did promise you guys that I would also be sharing the video that Kail posted announcing that one of the twins was going to be a girl. So, of course, as a woman who is true to her word, I'm going to share that for you now. If this photo would ever disappear and let me show off the TikTok, thank you very much. Here it is, you guys, take a look. So this was announced on the football field. I haven't even seen it. I kid you not, you guys, since Sunday, I have done nothing but sleep. This is the first day that I'm actually full-blown awake, breathing, moving around. Like yesterday, I shot one quick video, ran right back to bed, but today I'm finally alive again. So this is going to be the first time that I see it as well. So let's take a look and see what was going on for this reveal, shall we? Part 3, by the way.
However you want to do it.
One's a boy.
Yay!
Don't forget.
What is it?
It's a girl. Yay! We get a girl.
Y'all gonna have a sister?
I'll do a wrestler, Mom. No.
What's the matter?
I know you really wanted
Are you
one.
excited?
Mom.
You're so excited?
Mom.
What?
I'll do a wrestler.
However you want to do it.
I thought it was rather cute that Lincoln was so excited that he was in tears, you guys. That is really, really adorable. And something else involving Lincoln that was quite adorable in this announcement was the fact that, remember, he's colorblind. So, you know, these smoke signals of pink and blue don't really register to his eyes. And I don't know why, but I always appreciate when we're reminded of that, because it's just something you take for granted. I assume everyone sees in color. You know, everyone who has the ability to see, I imagine that everyone sees in color. I always forget that, you know, color blindness does exist. And so, you know, it's just interesting to see how something so simple to you or I is so different to somebody else who just doesn't have that same ability. You know what I mean? So alas, there you go. That's how Kail found out that she was indeed pregnant with a boy-girl twins, and how she redid the gender reveal and everything to those kids and how they reacted. Let me know what you think about all this, you guys, in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.